update on the IS250. We've been waiting for some wiring stuff to get completed. A lot of custom stuff had to be developed for this car. G was the man behind the wiring. Check out this harness that he was doing. And he's been over here measuring custom lengths multiple times, back and forth, and then studying crazy diagrams for this car. The car's still all blown apart because we need it all apart to get the wiring underneath, but he has literally like 5 different looms. So he has this main engine loom that he's built with a nice mil-spec disconnect, and then all the sensor connectors for Toyota and the additional stuff that we added like flex and the fan setup. Then he has this other one for the M130 PDM 15 that he has, and then all the plug and play stuff to go from there to like the keypad, the dash, and he has it all labeled really nice, which also uses another mil-spec disconnect. And then this is the dash loom that'll go out the back of the dash and reach back over. And then each one has where you plug in. You're gonna use Motec software to program it and whatnot and check on it. So this is some crazy custom stuff that he did, but that's what G does. Yeah, it's been worth the wait for sure. So then next week, we'll put the car on the lift, probably that lift, and we will do the last little bit of wiring that G needs to do is for the transmission, which will go through this part of the loom. See how it says trans there? So then this will have like a small run that'll be like reverse lights, speed sensor, stuff like that for the trans. And then there's like maybe a power cable or two for the PDM that needs to get ran, and then we could try and power it up. And then after that, we can try to get Cody Phillips is gonna help us with the Motec tuning. So then we get Cody on the computer and we try and start the car or test the outputs and the inputs and stuff like that and get it that much closer to starting. It's been a little bit of a wait, but forward progress, so it's really cool to see this coming to life. That's the update. We'll be back on it on Monday and share a little bit more with you guys. All right, guys, it's been a long time. Thanks for being patient with us. We've been waiting on some wiring to get done. In the meantime, we're working on a lot of other projects, and we'll get a little bit distracted and forget because we're focused on whatever's in front of us. But this Lexus, we're gonna put a little bit of time into it over the next couple weeks, and we're gonna get it going for you guys and get it out of the shop. You'll get to see this project come to an end. So today, G is gonna be here. He's the guy doing the wiring, and we're gonna spend a couple hours with him, see if we can get this fired off today, prime the oil system, get it ready to go, then fire it up. Hopefully, we'll have good results and get it running today. And then there's gonna be a couple things we have to go through because that'll just be running. And I guess it would be like the more fine detail things like setting up his dash to look how he wants and things like that, which Cody Phillips will probably have to do all that on his end, but we'll show you guys as it happens and share the process with you guys. Let's get going on this today. G's here. He's doing all the wiring for us. We have the plugs out, coil packs are out because we're gonna crank it over to create oil pressure while sucking oil out of small -3 AN up there. Pull while cranking usually takes a couple cranks, and then you can create oil pressure and pull oil into the pump. So we'll do that. Cody Phillips is also working on the PDM programming and then the M1. This one has the M130 in it. This is gonna give us our base cal. He's gonna set the keypad up on the PDM and get that all dialed in for us. He's back at his house working on that, gonna send us a file shortly. We can go into where the keypad is here.
Big one,
it's not labeled yet.
We got the keypad. That's me, here. And that's to the front. So these two are fucking extra.
Designate what we're gonna do on there. We could at least try cranking it, check fuel pressure, see if we got a leak there, kind of check through our systems, just the basics before we go to fire it off. First, for sure, we need oil pressure, and we need to make sure we don't have fuel leaks. Then we can check that all our sensors and whatnot are reading properly and see if there's anything on our end over here we need to adjust, or maybe a wire that we need to swap, because that tends to happen here and there, and we just want to check everything before we move forward. But it's been a while, but we're pretty much ready to try and fire it up today. If not fire it up, very close to that. Hey, look, it's running. Cody did it and G did it. We just watched. We didn't do anything. That's cool. Good job, Cody. Once again, Cody's on the other end of this computer. This car's got the M1 and the PDM and the C127, so he's got to program all of those things. We still got a couple things we got to go back and fix because there's 2 or 3 things that weren't communicating correctly. More to come, but it's running. First we created oil pressure with our little setup here, and it started up. Maybe G will tell us a story. You got a story to tell us?
It runs.
That's a good story. I caught him off guard. At least he said something.
Quiet, can't hear it running.
It's the Camry. The Lexus is running. We ran into a couple little issues. We need to do a couple wire switches on G's side where we weren't sure which way it would go, and then we found out we need to add in 1 more wire for when you unlock the car with key fob. I think how we want to do it is where you'll hit ignition on the start button, and then the rest can be done with Motec and the Motec keypad, which would be Cody Phillips' side. But instead of putting like a kill in there or sticking a key in the ignition, because this one doesn't have a key, we have to do it like a different way. So we're gonna hopefully be able to let the Lexus start button power up the PDM. So that's something we're gonna do. There's a couple more things that we gotta sort out on this car, and then we assemble the rest of the bits that are not on it right now, get this car to the dyno. Hope you guys enjoyed this. It's been a long time coming, but there you have it. The Lexus is running. Talk to you guys later.